Alex here. Thank you for watching my video. This video is going to absolutely wow you. This is the best opportunity if you want to be self-employed, remote working, freedom, independence, earning fast and immediately with high income and have that all-important residual income. Then listen up, because that's what I'm in the business of doing, and this is the best opportunity I have seen in the last decade, and that's what I do for a living. So listen up. Great. Okay, so this video is really entitled How to Earn Six Figures Fast with a company called BBX. It's a lucrative, as I say, self-employed, what I call comms plus residual opportunity. Quickly, let me give you the background. A quote I actually from myself when I first met the company. Best I've seen in the last 10 years. I am in the business of reviewing high income sales jobs and non-investment business opportunities. People now are earning over £20,000 per month with BBX. So good is the BBX product offer, I bought it myself when I went to pitch them at Success Moves. That's how good it is. That's a quote from me. Now, managing a recruitment business, I found that companies and candidates are thinking differently today. Opportunities are moving away from the traditional office, basic plus comms type formula to a self-employed remote for those with experience. Industries that were booming are now in decline. Industries not heard of 5 years ago, like fintech, are in boom. Alternative currencies are commonplace now. Companies are now wanting and employing more remote workers. It saves them a lot of cost for offices and allows them to reach a far larger talent pool. Employees also are asking to work remote and wanting a larger share for what they contribute. It saves them commuting costs and time, pays higher income, and gives them more freedom and independence. Technology has made all of this possible and practical, so it really works. This has greatly encouraged entrepreneurship. Gone are the days when you needed upfront risk capital to start a business, enjoy a greater share of the profits they produce. Many people in sales now realize that a basic salary, although nice, taking the pressure off, makes them more likely to be made redundant quick when the figures are low, and they leave the lion's share of the profits to the company, the employer, when the figures are high. The old saying that a thousand of basic costs you 5,000 of commission is more true today. The internet age has made us all think more like entrepreneurs. It's changing so much. People are now thinking that their status is not so much, their basic salary. It used to be the status. It's how much they actually earn each month. And really, it's got to be linked to the freedom and independence that comes with it. People want to be their own boss. People don't want to spend their lives building somebody else's business up. So employees want better deals. They want to give more and take more. And especially those who already have experience and self-confidence in performing. Those that lack self-confidence are always going to want the basic salary. They'll justify it with a need for expenses and so forth. But that leads me on to my next point. My next paragraph is what makes a great six-figure sales opportunity. Now, there's a lot of them out there, and it's really hard work to figure out which one is the right one and the best one. So here are my rules. Number 1A, a product or service with a strong demand, whatever the market conditions. If there's going to be a recession hit, will it be hit? 2, a very strong and clear, unique offer. That makes it easier to sell. 3, a formula that supports high income. Next, D, a formula with a residual income. Many people miss this out. You're not used to that as an employee, but a residual income means that once you bring in a client, you should earn a residual on them forever whilst they're still a client. That's what we're really looking at there. F, no purchase price or cost, including for training. This is one of my rules. I'm not against if you have to buy something for business, but that must be absolutely clear. But for what I'm talking about now, no purchase price or cost, including for training or anything. G, it's a company with easy to find plentiful leads because of its nature, or it's got really cool marketing support, or they actually provide leads. Any one of those three is fine. So they're my, what is that, A, B, C, D, E. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rules to actually test whether an opportunity does it. So if you're looking at anything else, they've got to tick all of those. I'll later get into BBX, which meets absolutely all of those rules, which is one of the reasons I think it's the best opportunity in Britain today. Okay, So let me tell you now about BBX, and at the end of this video I'll tell you how you can apply and take the opportunity forward. Number 3. So what or who is BBX? Let's get into that now. BBX offers incredible resources to a customer, including guaranteed new customers, can you believe that? Interest-free credit and much improved cash flow. Hard to believe, but true. It is a much more efficient way to trade, taking advantage of the new economic era that we live in. It is enjoying explosive growth around the world. BBX is a bank of spare capacity, working alongside a company's current arrangements. It serves a growing business community that trade with each other through their own alternative currency. It guarantees increased sales, making them a preferred supplier to thousands. Now, it's not a small company or just a startup. BBX was established in 1993 in Sydney, Australia. It's now currently in 14 different countries with over 100,000 regular customers. A number which is added to, by the way, every single hour. It is the largest organization of its kind in the world and growing very rapidly. So it's actually doing quite quick, it's growing quite substantially, and it hasn't used MLM or network marketing or anything like that. This is not involved in this, yeah? So it's totally free to join. Let me emphasize that now because people do ask that. Okay, 4, this is the key one. You're going to ask, so what is spare capacity and why is it so key? Spare capacity is the wasted, unused resources of a business through not fully utilizing everything it currently has. To an accountant, what is key is that sales made by utilizing spare capacity are more profitable as there is no additional fixed costs. They've already been covered. For example, a hotel with 20 rooms has 12 booked tonight and 8 vacant. Those 8 rooms, if filled, they represent the spare capacity, obviously. They would only have a marginal cost if sales were made. In fact, the cleaner in the restaurant could probably service these 2 rooms without any extra cost. So if we could just get 2 more of those rooms booked, we would make 90% on those particular rooms. That's why this is so key and why this company is doing so well, because it's solving that problem. Incidentally, if you book the 2 rooms, you've also got 2 very happy customers who hopefully should tell their friends. Now, spare capacity can be on space. It could be hotel space, warehouse space, office space, any sort of space, space online, yeah. People, spare capacity, people, time, stock, inventory, machines, software, many, many things. It is different for each business. And part of the job when you're in sales is you've got to understand spare capacity quite thoroughly. And when you're visiting somebody, interpret it for their specific business, work out what their spare capacity is and what you can do to get it filled. So what BBX does is promote that spare capacity through its business community with an account manager, an online directory, an online marketplace, exhibitions, events, networking groups, email marketing, SMS marketing, a whole range of things where it actually gets that spare capacity moved, principally through its own sort of business community that it's working, but outside of that as well. So why should the business community prefer to trade with somebody within BBX? Well, firstly, they have their own currency, the BBX pound, with its own bank account. It's the same for accounting purposes as anything else, VAT. It's all the same. There's no extra work or anything. So from their sales, they will now spend it in the community because they've got this BBX community. A bit like having a Costa card. You might have 20 quid on it, but you don't think that's less than £20 to anything else because you can only spend it in Costa. It's just how it works. Okay, right. Secondly, and get this, they have interest-free credit for purchases to encourage trade. Now, they don't charge interest because they're trying to encourage trade. It's marvellous, isn't it? So the more they pump that up, the more they get trade going, obviously in controlled ways. So in fact, you see, the thing is, they know you can get more sales, so they happily give you credit because they know you can sell in the community because their job is to give you those sales. In fact, many focus on purchasing and growing their business, and then they pay for those purchases by providing their services. So if they have a 90% margin, like in the hotel example on spare capacity, they now pay for their purchases with their services, paying in that example 10p in the pound for their purchases. Imagine a business that every time it bought, it could pay with its services, saving cash and enjoying huge discounts because of the spare capacity formula. Now, do you see how BBX is so popular and helping businesses substantially grow? There are many other benefits though. So number 5, so what does a business pay to join and have all of these advantages? Well, there's a one-off joining fee with 5 entry levels. In all cases, BBX guarantees some sales and an interest-free credit line, both more than the joining fee. Yeah, let that sink in. That's a no-brainer to buy it, isn't it? It's no risk, right? Can you sell that? I think you could. Then when they sell, there is a sales commission fee only payable afterwards. So they've got receipts first. This is how BBX itself makes its own living. Paragraph 6. So how does a salesperson, let's get to the nitty gritty. You've got an idea now. How does a salesperson earn? Well, there's 3 elements to the income. Now, this is why I said in a good formula, you need your short term. You need to pay your bills. You need to be paid quickly. You know, sometimes in a sales situation, the commission's coming in 2, 3, 4, even longer months down the line, which is great if you've got surplus cash, but if you've got to pay the bills and don't have surplus cash, difficult. So on the start, a customer immediately pays on the joining fee, and you actually get a rate. The joining fees range from 347 to 4497, so quite a range. And bearing in mind, they're getting all those guarantees with it, so no risk to them. So you get 20% of the first 200 and 50% of anything above that. That works out at anything between 113 to 2,183 per each deal. Yeah? So you can get a good salary a month one just on one deal if you're doing it, but you should be doing more than that. Okay, that's the first level of income. That's your short-term income. B, there is a residual every time a customer you bought in makes a sale. This goes on for as long as they and you are within BBX. The wise focus on building up their portfolio of customers, thereby increasing their passive automatic income level. That's far more than a basic. What happens to a basic if you don't go to work for 3 months? Gone. You're fired. Well, on this, if you don't go for the 3 months, it keeps coming in. It'll come in for the next 3 months as well. That's what a passive residual is all about. Okay, and the third element is 50% of any upgrade membership joining levels that they're doing it. So there's 3 levels of income, but clearly there's income in the short term, which you should focus at start, but then it's really building up your portfolio of clients. So you've got this growing residual passive income coming in. 7, how easy is it to sell? Well, most companies have spare capacity and take immediate advantage of this. One-man bands to 5 million turnover are immediate and relatively easy prospects which you can get straight to the owners. That is about, by the way, 75% of the businesses in the UK. It's an overwhelming offer and you will not come across competition. You've probably not heard of an idea like this before. BBX will also advise you of what is in demand. This means you can approach companies that supply those products knowing you can give them immediate orders. So you can ring them up, say, with the orders and potential orders, if they can take those on board. Could you sell something easier than that? You should target, when you start, 20 plus appointments in the first month following the training course. Tell you about that in a minute. Yes, appointments are that easy to acquire. It's not a big deal getting appointments. From this, you should convert at least 3 middle level sales or above. This will give you an absolute minimum of 1320 in the first month. That's an absolute minimum. It's well below average. Yeah, and if you're working full time and just doing that, you need, you really are having a really bad time. That's not really happened. That's the absolute lowest it could be. Yeah, the average earns at least £1,000 more than that, and several times more. You can earn more than that on one deal. Yeah. Now, from month 2 onwards, you will become more experienced and effective, and the residual from customers brought in will start to build. So your monthly income average will rise rapidly. You will have your own financial goals, of course, but 100,000 plus in year 1 is realistic, and 200,000 in year 2 is realistically achievable and being earned right now. Okay, you want to know about the training. That's always a key question I get. There is a 3-day training course on joining. It is residential, all paid for by BBX, all food, beer and wine, meals in or out, all totally and utterly paid for. You pay just to get to the venue, which is usually in Essex, but could vary. The objective is to accelerate your career by immersing you in BBX thoroughly. It's a concept and therefore takes more clear communication than many products or services. I've personally attended and completed the training to know everything for myself, so I can vouch for it firsthand. As well as an experienced sales trainer and author in my own right on the sales subject, I'm also a qualified teacher, so I like to think my opinion is quite valuable there. It was good. I arrived on a Monday afternoon at a gated mansion in Essex countryside, really impressive luxury venue. I later learned we had it exclusively for our use for the duration. I took a tour. You can see it on YouTube, my video of it. More than 4-star luxury for sure. A group of 5 started the training, and naturally there were questions about the venue. This was interesting. The company trainer had in fact gone on Airbnb, approached the owners about his immediate need and joining BBX. They joined and had an immediate deal, all paid for in pounds BBX. As BBXers, they will now have their business promoted among the 7,000 growing strong community just in the UK. It's that easy to get deals in, yeah? We started the training at 3 p.m, covering the basics. Later that evening, we went out to dinner in a local restaurant. Meal all paid for by BBX. We noticed that we were the only customers in there, so our trainer talked to the owner about our business community. Obviously, they would want to join and have some of their tables occupied. Who wouldn't? It was that easy. Someone in the group had the correct thought that you could just go out and eat in non-full-up, independently owned restaurants and sign up the owners. Absolutely could. What a lifestyle. We learned all about the BBX offer and how to calculate spare capacity. Lead generation is mainly done on social media and networking. Finally, a different approach. You could join BBX and think about purchasing. Another big opportunity for BBXers is to accelerate their purchasing. They don't immediately think of this advantage. The reason is because they need not pay in cash. They can use the interest-free credit and then pay off the balance by providing their services. And BBX is generous on credit because it knows it can get you and will get you the sales. And that's how the whole economy in BBX flourishes so strongly. No cash to raise, no interest rates, no VAT to pay as you've done the purchases first, so it's already covered the sales. So you can now sell and contra this, so you're not paying any tax either. Let BBX fund the growth of your business and pay for it with your services. Yeah? So, and you're charging the services at full price. We're not discounting anything here. So there's many extra things a customer can do with BBX, not immediately obvious. There's many, I'll give a few on a list. For example, you could raise venture capital funding, much easier taking advantage of government incentives, such as SEIS, which gives a 50% tax credit back. And it's easier to raise it within BBX because the community knows you can get sales quite easily and you're secure. You could buy or sell a house, raise a mortgage. You could rent out a villa or rent one that you owned anywhere in the world, and people often do. You could use the BBX network to gain both BBX and sterling customers. Yeah, it's not just BBX ones. You could totally stop discounting as a way to fill the spare capacity. You could sell your business for a greater sum if that was the owner of the business's outcome. You could expand into overseas markets. How about this? You can go into, say, Australia and get some customers before you even leave Heathrow. Yeah, lined up already. And you can enjoy, there's other benefits, like there's discount schemes with the major stores like Marks and Spencer's, etc. Okay, I should have given you enough. If you're still listening by now, you're certainly interested. So want to take it further? I'm looking for experienced sales and business professionals based across the UK to make contact with me. Yeah, you can look at more on BBX, by the way, on bbxuk.com or bbxworld.com to get more information. But most importantly, send me your CV with application. I'm alex@successmoves.co.uk, Alex McMillan, 07525 916 574 in the UK. Ring me anytime. Hope you enjoy this. Hope to meet you soon and see you in the team. Great. Have a great day.